The Wari Empire was an expansionistic polity that dominated the Peruvian Andes starting around 500 to 600 AD. Wari conquered some regions through military might and other regions by developing trade and political alliances with local communities. Right now we're excavating and analyzing skeletons from the Majes Valley in Arequipa, Peru, and at our dig site we're finding some evidence of Wari influence in the form of artifacts like this textile and this trophy head, which is in the Wari style. But right now we can't tell if Wari actually sent soldiers to conquer the region or whether these imperial-style artifacts just made their way here through trade. We're also finding high rates of violence. About 80% of the males buried here have cranial wounds, which show us that participation in battle was quite common. However, we don't know who these men were fighting, and we don't know whether they were engaging in war or ritual battle. Through biogeochemical analyses, we're hoping to determine whether Wari conquest was a factor in the high rates of injury that we're observing here. In addition to those injured male skulls, we also found these 7 trophy skulls at our site. These trophy skulls are prepared by decapitating the skull from the body and then drilling a hole in the top or the side of the skull and then threading that hole with cord so that it could be displayed. Trophy heads are not uncommon in the Peruvian Andes, and they seem to have been either taken from revered ancestors or from captives in war. We're requesting $1,500 for strontium isotope analysis from the 7 trophy skulls that we've excavated so far this field season, and that will tell us whether these individuals, the individuals who were crafted into trophy heads, were locals or foreigners. Strontium is an isotope in bedrock that's incorporated into human tissues when those tissues are being developed. And so the strontium signature of tooth enamel or bone reflects an individual's geological origin at the time of tissue formation. So that helps us to identify first-generation migrants in an archaeological population. Strontium analysis of trophy heads in Nazca to the north shows us that the majority of trophy heads were taken from locals, while in the Wari capital in Ayacucho, the majority of trophy heads were foreigners. If the strontium signatures from these skulls are similar to the values in the Wari heartland in Ayacucho, then that would show us that Wari soldiers attempted conquest and that locals resisted that conquest and took some Wari soldiers as captives. Ultimately, the strontium investigation is one of the many different types of bioarchaeological analyses that we're conducting on over 100 individuals buried at our study site. And all of these analyses will help us to determine how the expansion of one of the earliest empires in South America impacted ritual violence in the region.